Hey guys, it's Jen. Welcome back. If this is your first time visiting my channel, welcome to my channel. I would love for you to subscribe and stay a while. Today, I wanted to do another talk through style get ready with me. I wanted to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette because I haven't used it in a while. If you'd like to see how I got this makeup look, then please keep on watching. So I already washed and moisturized my face. I just have these little eye things on, these little eye patches, because my eyes were puffy today. So I know I look a bit crazy. I'm just gonna take these off now. Wow, they really work. The puffiness went down a lot. And since I had those eye patches on, I didn't put my eye cream on yet, so I'm just gonna use this little Clinique Pep Start eye cream. My eyes are still a little bit puffy. Does anybody else have problems with puffiness under their eyes? And if so, have you ever found something that really works, like really good? Let me know in the comments down below. So I'm not really sure what I wanted to do today. I know that I want to use the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. For primer, I'm going to use the Too Faced Hangover RX. I like this primer because it's more of like a moisturizer because my skin's more on the dry side. And since that primer doesn't really do anything for your pores, I'm going to use the Benefit Porefessional. And I have a little itty bitty sample. I'm just going to take that over here and on my nose where I have more pores. And a little bit on my forehead and a little bit on my chin. Just in the spots where I have more pores showing, really. I guess I'll zoom you guys in a little bit because I want people to be able to see what I'm doing. Wow, that's pretty close. Next, I'm going to take this LA Girl Pro Conceal in the green. Yeah, in the green corrector. And I have like acne scarring, you know, those red spots from acne, so I just put those in the places where that's worse. I used to have really bad acne, guys, like adult cystic acne. It was really bad. I wish I had pictures, like before pictures, to show how bad it was. I'm thinking about doing a skincare routine video, like the skincare that I use to clear up my face and what I use now. My skin has never been as good as it is now. It used to be really, really bad. Let me know if you would like to see a skincare routine video. It just looks like I pretty much put the green all over my face. For foundation, this is one of my favorite foundations and I haven't used this yet on my channel. This is the EX1 Invisiwear foundation. The only thing that I don't like about this foundation is you can't buy it in store, you can only buy it online. And I'll link it down below to where you can buy it. I just love this foundation. It's more of a dewy foundation, it's definitely not matte. I just love the way it looks on my skin. And if you see me looking down, my mirror's down here. The other thing I don't like about this foundation is they don't have a big color selection, which really sucks. And I'm just blending this in with, of course, my beauty blender. This is the only thing I use. I don't use brushes. Ever since I discovered this beauty blender, I haven't used anything else. It's just, I don't think anything else puts my foundation on as good as this does, in my opinion. If you've never used a beauty blender, you wet this. This is a sponge that you wet it and you just squeeze out all the excess. And another tip, if you find it's not working right, dot it on a paper towel, or like get a paper towel and squeeze it in the paper towel, because if it's too wet, it won't work right. Be sure to always bring the foundation down your neck so you don't have the line, like a stark line, which is something I used to do. Not good. Definitely not cute. I'm just gonna build it up a little bit on some spots that I need a little bit more coverage. I put more on than I was supposed to because I pumped out too much and I didn't want to waste it. Is anyone else excited for spring? I live in Philly, for those of you who don't know me personally that are watching this. And the weather has been crazy. It'll be 70 one day or like 65 one day and then like 20 the next day. It's so drastic. I'm so ready for spring. I hate the winter. I hate the cold. I don't like anything about it. Next, I'm going to do some color correction under my eyes with the NYX Dark Circle concealer. And mine's is in the color light. I think they have light, medium, and dark. I'm not 100% sure, but they have more than one color. And you could see there's a dip in mine because I use this every day. And what this does, for those of you who don't know, the peach color cancels out or counteracts that darkness underneath your eyes, like the dark shadows. For concealer, I'm going to use the Maybelline Fit Me, and I just bought this the other day. Believe it or not, I know this has been out for a while, but for some reason I never tried it before. Mine's is in the color Light 10. So like I said, I just bought this the other day and I've been trying it for the past few days and I really, really like it. I'm like, why have I never tried this before? A lot of times I want my under eyes to be more highlighted and look more lifted. So I'll use the Maybelline Dream Lumi Touch highlighting. And I'll just bring it under or around the concealer. Like I said, it'll just make it more highlighted and like lift my eyes. Make my eyes look more lifted and awake. And I bring it on the sides of my nose too, because my nose is more wide and I want to try and make my nose look a little bit slimmer. I don't know if it works, I just seen other people do this, so I do it. I'm just being real, guys. Just being real. And before I blend that out, I always open my powder and get that ready so I can put it on right after. And I use and love the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. This is my absolute favorite. I repurchased this so many times. This powder never looks cakey on me. It never looks dry. I've tried powders that look horrible under my eyes. They look so dry because my skin is more on the dry side. And I'm using my mini beauty blender to blend that out. And I always bring it on my eyelid too, so my eyelid doesn't look like a different color than under my eye. And I use the Real Technique sponge. Mine looks dirty. I really don't even want you to see that. It just looks dirty because I just use it for the powder. And I take that sponge and I take a lot of powder, like an excessive amount of powder, and I just use that to set under here, well, to bake under my eyes really, really quick. And you want to put that on before the concealer dries. Just put an excessive amount of powder on. And I do this because I find that my concealer does not crease. It used to crease on me all the time. When I learned this trick, I realized that my concealer was not creasing anymore. It's so hard to do this and like try not to make all them crazy faces that I usually make. It's really hard. Don't worry, I'm gonna wipe all that powder away in a little bit. I'm just gonna leave it to bake. And then I take the same Maybelline Dream Lumi Touch highlighting concealer and I use that to highlight the middle of my face. So I just do a little bit on my forehead, a little bit on my chin. And I do my smile lines because I noticed that my smile lines won't look as deep if I highlight them, because highlighting brings things forward. I hope that makes sense. It's kind of hard to explain. And when you highlight, you want to use a concealer that's a little bit lighter than your skin. And then I'll take my little e.l.f. brush. This is the e.l.f. small tapered brush. And I'll dip it in the lid of that powder because I don't want to get a lot. And then I'll just set the middle of my face. I just do my forehead and my nose, the places that I'll get oily. It's usually just like the middle of my face. And I press that in. I don't swipe because if you swipe, you can move your foundation around. Then I just let that bake sit for a little bit more, not too long. Some people leave theirs on longer. I don't leave it on too long because again, I have dry skin. While that's sitting there, I'm going to prime my eyes for eyeshadow using the Essence I Love Stage eyeshadow base. You do not need a lot of this, just like a few little dots. And then I take a brush, a concealer brush, to just blend that into the rest of my eyelid. You could even do this with your fingers, which is what I used to do, but I have longer nails, so it's kind of hard to do that. And then what I've also been doing is when I wipe that baking powder away, I'll use some of it, the excess powder, to set my eyelids. So I'll just wipe it away and just take that powder that's on there and I'll press it onto my eyelids to set that, the eyeshadow primer. And I'm setting it to take that tackiness and that stickiness away so that it'll be easier to blend my eyeshadows later on. So what I've also been doing next is using the Smashbox Photo Finish primer water after I do all those steps and after I do my powder. And I just find that this makes the powder melt into my skin. It just blends everything together. For eyeshadow, I really wanted to use the Modern Renaissance palette. Yeah, the brush just fell out. You're a great YouTuber, girl. I'm gonna go in with the color Vermeer. Wow, these are super pigmented, so be careful. This is one of my favorite colors in this palette. And then I'm going to take the color Tempera. And I'm going to put that underneath my brow bone. Sorry if I'm looking down. This is really hard to do, to make sure I'm in the camera and see what I'm doing at the same time. For my crease, I'm going to take the color, I'm going to start with the color Golden Ochre. And I want to try out this brush that I just got in my Ipsy bag. This is from Skone, S-K-O-N-E, and it just says blending. Make sure you tap off. I just like tap off the brush because you'll have a lot of excess and then it'll just be too much and it'll just be hard to blend. It's not a bad blending brush. It feels different than my Sigma E40. I'm not used to this brush, guys. I am so weird with my brushes. Once I find a brush that I like, it's like I don't like anything else. It's not like I'm an expert at doing eyeshadow, so I have to use what I find that works. If I find something that works, I have to stick with it because it's not like I know what I'm doing or anything, you know? Next, I'm going to take the color Burnt Orange. Right there. I switched back to my Sigma E40. I'm going to use that E40. And these colors are so pigmented. You just need to dip it in there, like lightly, or you'll have too much on your brush and it'll be really hard to blend. That's what I find anyway. And then I think I'm going to take the color Venetian Red and put that on the outer corner. See how that looks? And I'm using a MAC 217 brush for this. These colors are very pigmented. And when I do my outer corner, I just press and do little circles. Like dab, dab, dab. That's what I find works for me. Like dab in a little circle. And then I'll start to bring it in very, very lightly and very softly. Very soft and lightly. And I'll just keep going back and forth to build this eyeshadow up, because if you go in with a lot, it's hard to blend out. It just makes everything very hard. I'll just keep going back and forth and just building it up. Just slightly building it up, very slowly. And I'm barely touching my eye with this. Like, I'm doing it very, very soft. Like, barely touching. Very, very lightly, because I don't want a lot of product to go on there at one time. And I'm just going to keep going back and forth and building it up until I get the intensity that I want. If my angle is different than it was a second ago, I apologize. I just had to change my battery and set my camera up again. I'm having problems today, guys. Bear with me. I don't even know where I was when this stopped recording. I was just going back and forth with that Venetian Red, and then I wanted to take my Sigma E35 and I'm going to take the color Burnt Orange again, and I'm just going to go and try to blend those edges a little bit. I mean, very lightly and very soft. I'm just going to keep going back in with that Venetian Red on the MAC 217. And again, I'm just lightly tapping and going around in like a little circle. And then just bringing it in very slightly. I'm going back with the E35 just to blend it just a little bit. Bring it in just a little bit. I'm just trying to make sure that they're even. And then I really wanted to use this Makeup Forever Starlit powder. These are so pretty. And mine is in the number 13. They don't have names. I wanted to put some of that like in the middle of my eyelid. And you have to be pretty careful with these because when you open it, it can fall all over. There's just a little hole in the middle. I'm going to take my Crown Oval Concealer Brush and I'm lightly tapping that in there, like very lightly. And I'm just going to put that in the middle of my eyelid. Let's see. Wow, these are so pretty. Look how shiny that is. It's so pretty. I'm just going to go back with a little bit of that Venetian Red on the outer corners again. And I'm just slightly feathering it in, very slightly. Trying to make sure they're even. And I think I want to go back one more time with that Makeup Forever Starlit powder. I'm going to move on quickly to my eyebrows. I'm going to use the NYX Tinted Brow Mascara in black. And I'm just going to run this through to fill in any sparse areas. Then I'm going to move on to the NYX Tame and Frame Tinted Brow Pomade. And I just use this brush that I love from IT Cosmetics, and it's actually scratched off. The name of it is just an eyebrow brush. because I use it so much. I use it every day, and it's my favorite eyebrow brush. Then I'm gonna finish off the brows with the Brow Gal, just a clear eyebrow gel. Then I'm gonna use my brown eyeliner by Catherine, and it's called Cessa Brown. I'm just gonna run that lightly underneath my lower waterline. And I'm not putting it all the way in. I'm just doing like the outer corners. I'm going to try the brush that came in the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. I'm going to use that same side and go into the burnt orange. I'm still using the little brush that came in the Anastasia palette. I'm not sure if I love the way that looks, but we're just gonna go with it. This is real life. I am not a beauty guru. I am not a makeup artist. I'm really not. Then I'm just gonna curl my eyelashes very quickly. I'm going to use Essence the False Lash Mascara. For contour, I just picked this up at Sephora yesterday. This is a Tarteist Pro Glow To Go. And it has a contour powder and 2 highlighters. I'm always scared using a new contour product because I don't want it to look crazy. And this does look a little bit more orange. Now I'm kind of second guessing it. It looks a little bit more orange. I'm gonna try it. I'm really scared to do this. Okay. I'm doing it like extremely lightly because I'm terrified. Because I don't want to look crazy. It's definitely more orange. The powder is definitely more orange than what I would use for a contour powder. It's probably a bronzer. I don't even know if it's a contour powder. It says chisel on it. I don't know if it's supposed to be a contour powder or a bronzer. It looks orange. Now I'm kind of wishing I didn't do that, but it's okay. We'll work with it. I got this new bronzer from Milani. It's the baked bronzer in Dulce, I think the name is. This is really orange too. I'm gonna try it out. I'm really scared. And it just broke. Like, it really just broke on me. The little thing just popped out. Today's not my day, guys. It's not my day. It's really orange. Is that showing on camera how orange it is? I'm just not used to like really orange bronzers and like contour powders and stuff. For highlight, I'm going to use this highlighter in this little Tarteist palette, the Gleam. It's pretty. Oh, it's really pretty. I like that. I really do like that. I really like that. It's really pretty. But because I'm really extra and I really like a lot of highlight, I'm going to use that same Makeup Forever powder and I'm going to tap it like really extremely lightly. And I'm just going to put a little bit on the top, very tops of my cheekbones right here. And I just did a tiny bit and the powder just went everywhere. Because that's real life. That is pretty. I hope you can see that. I'm trying to think if I need something else on my eyes, like underneath. I'm gonna try some of that Venetian red underneath my eyes. I hope this doesn't mess up the look. I'm always scared to try something new and step out of the box because I'm scared it's not gonna look right. I don't know if that made it look worse or what. I kind of like it. Let me know what you guys think down below. Now I'm just going to use some setting spray, the Milani Make It Last setting spray. I love this setting spray. I've also heard people talking about Milani Make It Dewy setting spray, but I have not found that or seen that anywhere at any of the stores around me. Has anybody actually seen that yet in stores? For lips, I'm just going to take the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit liquid lipstick in Nudie Patootie. That's so cute. I hope you guys enjoyed this Get Ready With Me using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. If you liked this video, please click that like button down below and subscribe to my channel for more. I have a lot of videos planned coming up. I'm going to do more videos with my son. I'm trying to get my husband to do more videos with me. I have a lot of makeup tutorials coming up. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. And that's a wrap.